What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got an awesome Troymare duel for you guys to check out, and this one really shows what this archetype can do. It reminds me a little bit of Invoked because, you know, the whole archetype is basically extra deck based, and I know that Troymare have a main deck monster in Iblee, but you don't even really need to run her. She's not as important as something like Alistar the Invoker is. It's really cool with the Troymares, right? Because they actually help a lot of the older archetypes, especially like the synchro-based ones, because synchro-based archetypes a lot of times are kind of hit and miss. You basically go ham, you know, within the first couple of turns, or you get just completely blown out. But a lot of those archetypes have been crippled by Master Rule 4. Some of them are starting to come back because of Crystron Needle Fiber. That card helped them a lot. But, you know, the Troymares are really easy to make, and if you can get these guys co-linked up, they can be incredibly difficult to kill, and then you can start drawing extra cards and whatnot. And this is actually a Fable duel, which, yeah, it's another archetype from the 5Ds era, and, you know, Fable can kind of pump out monsters like crazy, and it also kind of benefits Fable that we're getting all of these Monster Reborns in Flames of Destruction, so now Fable can run more Monster Reborns. You've got these easy link monsters you can go into. I've got a friend who plays Fable. I wonder what he thinks of the Troymares, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it can actually do, and he's playing against Banished deck, so don't be surprised at one point, because he already has Soul Absorption and Desires. Don't be surprised if this guy gets over like 17,000 life points, because, you know, he obviously has the Soul Absorption. He's got the Eater of Millions as well. Alright, so he's going to open up with 1 day apiece, and then he has the Rescue Kitty after Gofu, and usually you might see people make like a level 5 synchro, but nope, he's going straight for them Troymares, gets the extra copy of, or gets another normal summon, which is really important for the Fable deck too, man. Like, a lot of these synchro decks giving them a second normal summon too, like, oh my god, get out of here. They don't really care about like discarding cards because they kind of do it routinely anyways. They run a whole bunch of gimmicky cards. Hey, maybe you won't see them run stuff like I guess maybe desynchro anymore, because I guess they just won't need it. Now, if you're wondering why his monster wasn't destroyed in battle, when the Phoenix is co-linked, then, you know, the monsters can't be destroyed in battle, and even when he gets hit with Solemn Strike, it just doesn't matter. He presses on with the Monster Reborn. He's going to draw a card because his monster was co-linked, the Unicorn, when it activated his effect. He's going to attack here, but again, his monsters can't be destroyed when they are co-linked, and now he's going to start drawing extra cards because of the Unicorn. People, I don't think people understood that first effect. If your opponent has a Unicorn on board and that thing is co-linked, you have to kill that card, because your opponent is going to start drawing like 3-4 cards per turn, and it's just going to get out of control extremely quickly. So even though he has 1 billion life points, like, look how quickly those life points come down, and watch how many cards he's going to draw. He activates the Regeki. Oh wait, no, he's going to activate Pot of Duality first. That was a mistake. You gotta read the cards. They cannot be destroyed by card effects when they're, you know, co-linked, man, and that you gotta know that, because he basically just wasted his Regeki. He also can't be destroyed by battle. So yeah, right here, the Cerberus, it can't be, you know, co-linked monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. So he basically just wasted his Regeki. And even though he's going to do a lot of battle damage here, doesn't matter. Look at this draw phase. Yeah, you just get 4 cards in your hand. That's not fun for your opponent. Getting to draw 4 cards per draw phase, that's pretty dope. He's going to go Security Dragon. I think the 1-for-1 is just for style points, as he's going to go for the Griffin. And yeah, he could have won the game even without the 1-for-1. But yeah, I think he summoned almost the entire archetype in that duel. And it's kind of crazy, because maybe a deck like Fable, they don't need to completely rely on popping off turn 1, like you know, making Quasar or losing. Now they can just kind of go into the Troymare monsters, and with so many Monster Reborns coming out, I don't know, man, a lot of these synchro archetypes are definitely gonna like this. So whatever you guys think. Actually, you know what, let me go ahead and show you guys the deck really quickly. Never thought I'd see the day where there was a Fable deck with no synchros in it, but yeah, sure enough. I mean, I knew about stuff like Rescue Cat being really good in Fabled, but yeah, I always thought the point of Fabled was basically to make Hyper Librarian and then just spam Reagans until your ass could achieve Quasar, and oddly enough, he's not even playing Soul Charge. Now, I don't know about that. I mean, it's still, you know, I know you got a bunch of Monster Reborns and whatnot, but it's still Fable. default, man. Like, I feel like Soul Charge is just part of the core of every single synchro deck out there. And usually what Fable players are doing now is they're just making Crystron Needle Fiber, which is also not even in this extra deck, but most of them are making Crystron Needle Fiber so that they can make the Hyper Librarian, and then they can make Reagan, and then they can go into Quasars and do all that good stuff, and monster or activate Soul Charge and make more Quasars. But yeah, sure enough, this is a completely different version. Grinder Golem, for obvious reasons. He is running 3 copies of Iblis, so I guess obviously she has a lot of plays in there. But yeah, really interesting just to see Fable no synchros at all. And yeah, it's just really interesting to see the Troymares be so useful in a deck like Fable, a deck that, doesn't really have a Link monster, but, I guess they found the home with this new archetype. So whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos.